Hey, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, join us within 5 minutes. So please wait a few more minutes. Then after we start the session. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good evening to all.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Sir, we can start session within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Johan, we can start the session.
Yes. All right. A very pleasant good evening to one and all present here. I'm Johan Ashish, the Joint Secretary of Adhyay, the Civil Services Society of IIT Madras. And on behalf of the IIT Madras family, I extend my hearty welcome to our honorable and dynamic chief guest, Swapnil Kumar sir. And also thankful to the President Tushar Chauhan for giving me this opportunity. I wholeheartedly welcome the cordial audience for gracing and adding value to this vibrant session. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to Adhyay, which is the Civil Services Society of IIT Madras. Adhyay is one of the kind initiative run by the students of IIT Madras that aims to create an ecosystem of fascinated civil services aspirants so that they could converge and converse. It also aims to create an environment of growth and learning for the student community to cultivate a set of desirable qualities which are necessary for success in various domains. And we at IIT Madras are brimming with enthusiasm to have one of the brightest minds in the embodiment of determination, Mr. Swapnil Pawar, sir. Sir will share his invaluable insights on selecting the optional subject and the key factors to consider while choosing an optional subject. Swapnil Pawar sir is an alumnus of Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune, where he completed his bachelor's degree. He hails from a very humble background, and in 2020, he cleared the UPSC Civil Services exam with an All India rank of 635 in his very first attempt. Then he cleared the examination in 2022, initially joining the Indian Police Service IPS and demonstrating his exceptional commitment. He cleared the exam again in 2023, securing a position in the Indian Administrative Service IAS. He is currently serving as an assistant collector in the Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. He is an aspiring and he's an inspiring example of determination, discipline, and the ability to overcome procrastination. We are sincerely delighted to have him as a speaker today. It is with sincere delight that we welcome Mr. Swapnil Pawar sir as a distinguished speaker today. We eagerly anticipate the rich tapestry of invaluable insights and inspiring thoughts he is about to share with us, which undoubtedly will prove instrumental in shaping our perspectives, fortifying our understanding about life in civil services. We consider it a tremendous privilege to have you here among us, sir. I kindly request you to please take the forum and address our eagerly anticipating audience. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Johan. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Adhyay Society and Tushar for having me here. It is always a pleasure to be with aspirants. Just before beginning our session, I want to know from Johan, what is the profile of the viewers here, so that I can accordingly adjust my talk.
Yes, sir, most of the students here are from the first and second years, sir.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है, fine. So Johan has covered more or less about me. This today's session is mostly about optionals, but I'll also cover a little bit extra regarding the UPSC CS preparation. Okay, and first of all, I would like to tell you that I've done this preparation with a full-time job. Okay, full-time employment. So my experience of preparation will be little different than others successful candidate, and my experience is more with how to prepare with full-time employment, right? So it might be little different than what other toppers. Okay, so please bear that in mind. Okay, so let's talk about CAC. So just for a starter, if somebody haven't started the preparation yet, so civil services examination is divided into three parts: prelims, mains, and interview. So prelims is in qualifying nature. Mains is something which decide your position in the service, and interview comes later on. So mains has nine question papers, out of which two are from optional subject. Four general studies, one essay, and two qualifying language papers. So why this optional subject is so important? So Johan told about me that I have cleared this exam for 3 times, and in 3 subsequent attempts, I could improve my rank. This is mostly because I could improve my tally in optional subject. Okay. From in my very first attempt, I got around 230 marks, then 260, and in my last attempt, where I got into IAS, I got about 278 marks in my optional. So improvement in optional subject was crucial factor in my rank improvement in civil service examination. So that's why having a good optional, choosing a good optional subject is very much important. And we'll also discuss why it is much more important to give enough time for choosing optional in later on. Okay. So one thing is there is a difference, qualitative difference between general study papers and optional subjects. Okay. So general study papers are generalist in nature. So there are 10 questions of 10 mark each and 10 questions of 15 mark each. And the questions are not, does not demand very much specialized knowledge. However, when you come to optional papers, there are two papers of 250 marks each. And this optional syllabus is of honors level. That is your degree plus one level up, right? And the main difference between general studies and optional subject is optional subject demands you to be expert in that subject as compared to the generalized perspective in your general studies paper 1, 2, 3, 4. In optional subject, it is expected that you will go deeper into each and every subtopic. Okay, and you will have a very good knowledge about the optional subject. So, for example, my optional subject was anthropology. So, in anthropology, it is expected that you not only know about concept in anthropology, but you also know about the famous personalities in anthropology, their research work. You have to quote a case study. You have to write a reference for the optional subject. Okay, this is not something that you will do for the general studies paper, where you don't have to give any reference. You just cite a normal study data, and that is enough. So many people, they can't score in optional only because they don't understand this qualitative difference between what is expected in optional subject and what is expected in GS subject. Okay. I hope I'm clear about this this point. The second thing is, if you look at the exam cycle, the forms for this exam will be open at in and at around February every year, and exam cycle is about 1 year. So you will give prelims in June, then you will have mains in around September, October, then you will have interview process, and the result will come around normally around April. That is after the next year's exam applications are open. Okay. And mind you, you have to fill your optional choice during your initial application itself. That is when you are filing the application for the first time in month of February. So once you choose your optional subject, it is only after 1 year that you get to know how you have performed, provided you have written a mains examination, because you will only get your mark sheet if you have written a mains examination only after month of May. So there is if today I'm selecting my optional subject, next year I'm filling up that optional subject in my application form. Let's say I'm giving the mains next year, I will only get to know my performance in that optional subject May 2026. Till that time, I will again, if I'm not selected, I will again fill up the form for the next year prelims, that is prelims 2026. So once you select the optional subject, there is a very little chance to change it. If you want to change it, you have to skip entire year. So it means loss of 2 years in the preparation. Okay. So selection of this optional subject, that's why become very critical. Otherwise, there is a high chance that you have to take a break in between and lose your 1 year, and then only you can prepare for the next option. Okay. Please keep this in the mind. Then we go to the third point, that how to select the optional subject exactly, because there is a range of optional subjects. So mostly optional subjects which are given by the UPSC. So you will find a list of optional subject in the notification for the exam. it doesn't change that often. So almost constant for last so many years. So if you see that list, it is mostly divided into three parts, rather four. Uh, there are few subjects which goes for the pure sciences, that is physics, chemistry, maths, then engineering subject. Then there are subjects related to medical. Then there are subjects related to arts, like philosophy, history, anthropology, sociology, and so on, natural sciences and arts, and then subject related to commerce, accountancy, commerce, etc. So, and of course, literature. Many languages literature is also available. So these are the categories where the optional subjects are divided. And since you are from engineering background, most of you, uh, to to your disappointment or maybe luck, all engineering subjects are not available. For example, I'm a chemical engineer. I was very good at engineering. I wanted to take a chemical engineering, but that subject is not available somehow in UPSC CSC. That is available in forest exam. So not all engineering subjects are available. So these are the broad choices that you have. Now, mostly your question will be, because you are from technical background, whether to go for technical subjects or to go for a non-technical subjects. That is the most common doubt. Mostly engineers go for non-technical subjects many times. So why they do that? So what should be the factors to consider? So I told you I am a chemical engineer. I wanted to select a chemical engineering optional if available. However, that was not available. So I thought of selecting the subject which will correlate to my existing knowledge. So first, during preparation, I had chosen chemistry, which was the closest available to chemical engineering, and I was very pretty good at chemistry also. However, I did not consider the other factors which I should have considered then. That first of all, I have already told you that optional subject is specialized subject, and the syllabus is of honors level. So here the coaching, you will need some support from expert because it is of honors level syllabus. For example, if you are choosing mechanical engineering, it is like MTech mechanical engineering. So you require teachers to teach you the nuances of the subject because it's a specialized and you need to develop some expertise. So having a good mentor support for optional subject is of critical importance. I did not had a good mentor support for chemistry. That's why I had to let go the chemistry subject. Further, uh, having a material resource for your optional subject is also very important. Material resource means whether the study material is freely available, is it accessible, right? And whether there are multiple sources for the study material. In chemistry, there was hardly one academy because chemistry is a subject which not normally is not taken by many aspirants. So there was only one academy at Delhi which used to teach chemistry for a UPSC CSC, and only they had study material related to the optional subject, right? So my choices were very restricted. Then third factor you should consider is how much time you have available at your hand. So some optional subject they have a shortened syllabus. Okay, so you can cover it within a reasonable range of 4 to 5 months. Okay, some optional subjects they have a very long syllabus, like mechanical engineering, which you have to give a lot of time. So having time consideration is also important factor. Okay. And fourth is your interest, whether you are interested in engineering or science background or some other subject. That is very particular choice. Okay. But having said that, interest plays. So what my observation is, uh, you take any subject in optional list, it will have some easy part, it will have more some medium difficulty part, and it will have some very difficult part. So many people say anthropology is very easy subject. They give normally same paper every year, but that is not true. Even I had a little bit difficult time reading and understanding anthropology because I came from a engineering background. Switching to anthropology, which is natural science kind of paper, uh, it is not that easy. We think we'll take sociology and we'll just, because we are engineers, we'll be able to read it properly, but that is not true. We have to understand the concept very, and mind you, those concepts are very abstract. If you're coming from engineering background, we are used to read something which is very solid. Okay, there is equation, this will happen, something based on logic. Okay, this is the logic, this will if you give this input, this will be output. But when you come to this subject, psychology, sociology, anthropology, they don't work on logic because they deal with people. So many times the concepts are so abstract, right? So this is the challenge with this subject also. So my general observation is, you take any subject, there will be mostly medium difficulty part. Some part will be very difficult, and some part is reasonably easy. Okay. So what I did after chemistry, because I had very less time left to select optional, I had given thought about sociology, anthropology, psychology. I had watched one YouTube video where one topper was saying that anthropology required like least amount of time, and that in that time frame, I had a time was my constraint because I uh, uh, I wasted my time on chemistry. So time was my critical factor. That's why I went for anthropology. But now you have enough time, so you can take a time to think which subject you will go for. So mostly, if you're thinking of taking, let's say, uh, natural sciences subject, it's better to read some basic book regarding this subject, see whether you have any interest on this subject, and then choose that subject. Okay. If your degree subject is available and you are pretty good at it, reasonably good at it, you should go for your degree subject. Sixth thing is writing style for the optional subject. So let's say you have a math as an optional subject, and you have a habit of doing calculation in your mind, and you can have a good correct answer, but still you won't get marks in optional subject, because here both things are required. Your answer should be correct, but your writing style, your presentation should also be there. Okay. So having a good presentation is a important skill for uh, to have a good marks at optional subject. That is one thing. So writing also matters very much. Okay. Many times I've spoken to hundreds of aspirants till now. So what is the difference between successful candidate and not is, uh, my observation is, like, there are aspirants which would have studied much higher than me. They would have a very good knowledge, much better than me, but they could not express that knowledge in that limited time frame. Many times aspirants they forget what is the aim of their preparation. See, as an examiner, I can only sense your knowledge based on what you have written on the paper in that 7 minutes. So you'll get a 7 minutes to write 2 page answer. You will get a 9 minutes to write 3 page answer. And in case of optional, you will get around 12 to 13 minutes to write 4 page answer. If you cross even 1 minute more than that, you are going to lose at least 2 to 3 questions. Means you are done with the mains. Okay. So how much expression on a paper you can do within that 7 minutes and 9 minutes, that only matters. Even if you read 1,000 page book for a even small concept, it will not matter if you're not able to express that knowledge concisely to the point in that 7 minutes. Because as an examiner, I can only read that. I don't know you personally. Okay. So your aim of the preparation, whether it's optional, whether it's a GS subject, is to able to express yourself uh, with the relevant details, with a sharp point in these 7 minutes. Okay. And particularly now I've experience of 3 services. I can say this exam is mostly designed for, very much relevant for IAS as a service, because it's a most generalistic job. And whatever you prepare during the examination, it will come handy once you come into the job. Okay. So from my side, I have covered mostly. I have one point I forward, that is when to select uh, optional subject. Okay. So if I'll just explain with the help of timeline. If you are going for 2026 attempt, okay. So exam will be June 2026. That is around 1 year and 8 to 9 months from now on. So you should start preparing for optional about 10 months before the actual exam. Okay. So if June prelims, then you should be able to cover your optional subject at least one revision by November to December before exam cycle. So if your optional is taking around 3 to 4 months, or depending upon the subject, it varies, maybe 4 to 5 months, you have to start accordingly. Okay. And optional preparation will go on parallelly with your GS preparation. So you have to divide your time based on how much GS you are good at and how much effort do you require for optional subject, because that will vary on individual basis. Okay, so this is the general timeline. So this should be sufficient to have a comfortable position at the optional subject. So I think I have covered mostly every point related to optional subject. What is the importance of optional subject? How it is different from GS? Then how to which type of optionals are available? Then how to select one? And then what should be the general time? Okay. Now let's have your questions if it is over. Okay. Right, Joe?
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing such valuable words. Hope our audience enjoyed this wonderful session. And we have a few questions from the registration form we have rolled out. And then afterwards, we can also take questions directly from our audience. First, from the form, we have questions like how to evaluate an optional subject's scoring potential before choosing it.
Okay, how to evaluate scoring potential? Okay. See, mostly if you see, almost all optional subjects have a similar range. Many people say if you choose this optional, you will get more marks, but that is not true. Okay, if you see the toppers, they may vary by 5 to 10 marks, but if you see the mean distribution, it is almost same. Okay, with a reasonable preparation, with a good amount of preparation, you can easily target 280 marks in any optional subject. Beyond that, how much extra you can give, it goes varies personality to personality. So this, it is obvious that from going from 95 to 99 will take much more efforts rather than going from 70 to 95. Okay, adding that 1% extra is very much difficult for any subject. Okay, having said that, there is some stereotype like geography is much more difficult, um, or economics is much more difficult. But there is no factual evidence that this paper will get always get lower marks than anthropology or sociology or like that. Okay, so better to go for your interest in that subject and understanding. But let me make myself clear. Having interest is one part, but you have to do good hard work. In case, even if that subject is interesting, even if you're understanding everything, how to present that knowledge, what is expected of that particular subject. Okay, that will vary subject to subject. Okay, so if you select, let's say geography, it's better to search on internet and get the answer sheets of toppers, etc. look for what they did, which helped them out, and then follow the similar strategy or adding little bit of yourself. Okay, so it will vary subject to subject, but there's no evidence to say that this subject is easy and this subject is difficult. Okay,
Yes, sir.
next question.
Thank you, sir. That was a great answer. And we also have questions from the chat. Uh, the question is, people suggested to take law as optional, and that is lengthy but easy to score marks. And should we go for such radical different subjects? And is it advised to go for it? And similar question is for the psychology also, sir.
That's what I'm trying to say. If you're choosing subject which is way different from your existing existing stream, it will be very difficult to understand the subject in limited time, right? So even I'm saying anthropology, I had a little difficult time to understand certain concept. Okay, that's why it took me 3 attempts to give it again and again, and every time I could improve, right? So having a entirely different subject will of course have its own difficulties, uh, and accordingly you have to choose your mentor, coaching, etc. Okay. So while choosing the subject, please don't consider only this criteria. Okay, it's a lengthy subject but easy to score. How you are saying it is easy to score when you're yourself thinking it is very different for you. Okay, let's say someone from law background, they will find it easy because they have studied the law. Okay, this subject requires specialized knowledge, and now UPSC is focusing more on analyzing for each and every subject. I cannot comment on particulars of law because my optional subject was different. But in general, more extreme subject, you have to take more extreme preparation measures. It will take more time. This is the general thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the answer. We have
Okay.
another question from Vishwakarma.
Thank you, sir. Now we can move to the directly audience. Okay, and lastly, you can ask your question.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Firstly, thanks for this amazing session. And I want to ask that do you have any advice for the college students for this UPSC preparation?
Okay. So honestly, I did not start my preparation before my final year. I was truly enjoying my college life. And I really think that you should not give entire time for preparing this CSE. Okay. I think college is something which develop your personality like nothing others. So you should focus on developing your personality. Coming to CAC, if you have decided that you will definitely give, then better to develop some skills rather than going in specific details. For example, a reading habit. Okay, so you start developing the reading habit for newspaper without fail every day. Okay, then you can read. It is not that you should read only study material. You can read any other books, whichever you like, fiction, non-fiction, whatever you do. Just develop the habit of reading and analyzing things. That is more important, because even if you study today and you are giving exam after 5 years, it will not much of help, because things will have gone uh, very much different, right? So just develop this reading habit, and reading a newspaper is a good thing. You will be aware about the things which are happening near you. Okay, not only for exam, just for your own interest, because this exam is much more about curiosity also. Okay, if you are curious, you will you will try to know what is happening in surrounding with you, right? That will obviously help you out. Okay, then if possible, you can develop a habit of writing, uh, like properly writing your answers, etc. You can write other things also, not exactly answer, but develop a reading of writing habit. Okay, because this exam is as much about writing as much about knowledge. See, there are two component. First is knowledge component that you can gain by reading, and then second component is expressing your knowledge, okay, in very relevant and restrictive manner, like a chat GPT. Okay, and ChatGPT has a knowledge, but you can customize. You want it for 150 words, 200 words, it can give you right away. Similarly, you have to develop that habit. This writing component or expression component, it is the problem making thing for many aspirants, because writing is art. It will take some time to develop that art. Knowledge is a faster component. You can easily remember easily and analyze. You are smart people. Okay, but this art, it is of job of patience. It will not, even if you consider on task mode, within 1 month I'll write very good essay. It is not possible. It will take its own sweet time that you have to develop about. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
So thank you, sir. Now, Gauri Shankar, you can ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. What should be the strategy for prelims, sir, for both the GS and CSAT?
Brilliant. Sorry, your question is not very clear.
What should be the strategy for prelims, sir, both the GS and CSAT?
Prelims. Okay.
Yeah. What is
See
your
that I don't think so. You are more from IIT Madras. I don't think so. That will be problem. Last 3-4 years, CSAT paper was a little tough, but now they have again came back to normalcy. So you don't have to worry about CSAT. But don't be overconfident also. Just before prelims paper, 1 week, 1 week is sufficient. You give last 10 years CSAT paper, and that should be enough. Okay. Uh, Regarding the prelims GS paper, so there is no difference between how you will prepare for prelims and GS and mains. You should go from the mains point of view only for GS preparation. For prelims, before prelims, like 3-4 months, you start giving a lot of mock test. Okay, and analyze yourself, because only because it's multiple choice and negative marking. That's only issue. Otherwise, knowledge wise, it's almost same. Okay. So before prelims, for 4 months, like about January, February, you start giving mock test. You analyze yourself, how much you are able to score. Like what I had done is, I am very unlucky when it comes to marking the tukka well, taking guesses. So what I found out is what is my optimum range where I am comfortable given any random paper. So it was like mathematical approach. So I solved around 30-40 mock tests. Okay, every time I experiment a little bit. So if you are reasonably well prepared, there will be around 40 to 50 questions where you know the answer. Okay, so 40-50 questions you are comfortable, but 40-50 questions you will not able to clear the cutoff. So you have to take a risk. So now the thing is how much risk should be taken. That is what you have to find out, because there is a negative marking. Okay, so 10 to 15 questions you might have to take a risk where you are 50-50%. You don't know exact answer, but you can you have to take that risk. Otherwise, you will not clear the prelims. Okay, so this is what you have to find out with that mock test. So what I did is I solved any given random mock test. So I then I found out key around 80 questions is my sweet spot. So I know around 50-55 question for sure, and about 25 50-50. So I'll only attempt those much. If I'm going above 85, most likely negative. Because of the negative marking, I'm going beyond the cutoff. Okay, but there are some people who attempts every, like even 95 questions, 100 questions also. It is their sweep. They are very sure that they will uh, go above the cutoff. Okay, so this is what you have to do. You have to find your comfort zone. From this is the range from any given random paper, 70 to 80 question. If you solve, you are able to cross the prelims cutoff, or plus you have some safety margin around 5 marks. Okay.
Okay,
yes, sir,
thank you so much, sir. Next, Arpit Singh Chauhan, you can ask your doubt.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for the amazing session. Sir, could you please repeat when to select the optional subject, like 10 months before you stated?
Yeah, when to select the optional subject, right?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, so basically, if your prelims is in June, so you should be selecting the optional subject previous August or maybe July, depending upon how much time it normally take for that particular optional. Okay, maybe 4 months or 5 months like that. So once you select in July, you should be able to complete the first revision or first reading of your optional, entire optional, paper one, paper two, by December 8 or January. After that, you will shift your little focus on prelims preparation, parallelly revising your optional subject in between. Every time you are revising, it should take less time. Okay. After your prelims, if you are clearing prelims, there are good 3 months where you can do at least 3 to 4 revisions of your optional subject. Okay. So this timeline includes your answer writing practice, everything. So this should be the general timeline.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Sir, one more question from chat box. Can you please put forth your review regarding to join academy or not? And had you joined?
Okay, coaching. Okay. So I did not join any coaching for GS. I also did not join any coaching for optional also. Okay. GS, I did not feel any need of joining coaching because I was able to understand GS subjects properly. And I thought it will be waste of time. I did not had that much time also because of the full-time employment. Optional, again, because I was doing full-time job, I could not get that flexibility to join academy. But yeah, of course, there are some concepts which I find difficult to understand. Now in hindsight, if I think had I joined any coaching, it would have been help. I don't know whether that would have helped enough. Uh, okay, but I had joined test series and which helped me a lot for optional. Okay, so before joining any coaching, you should first try to understand by yourself. If you are finding it difficult, then only you should consider joining any coaching institute. Okay, because my view on coaching is first of all, I think it is not that necessary. Second thing, I think it unnecessarily gives you unnecessary details which are not really required for the preparation, and it wastes a lot of time and also money. Okay. Even for GS subject, if you are facing difficulty in particular topic, you can directly search it on YouTube. Mostly free content is available. If it is not available, you can do customized coaching available on an academy, something like that. For example, only for the uh, particular subject. Like mostly people face difficulty in economy or where the concepts are little difficult to understand. Okay. So use internet freely. Don't isolate yourself that you will not use smartphone, etc., etc. Use digital tools as much as possible. Maintain digital notes, okay, which are easy to search. You can see mostly information keeping. Data storage is also very important thing. Many people they write extensive notes, very good notes, but what is the use of those notes? Because you are giving this exam after 2 year, 1 year or 2 years of preparation. That time you will not able to find that notes. Who will read the notes? Okay, notes should be handy to you. Many people they take pride in note making. There's no pride in note making. Only do things which will help you in achieving your goal. Okay, please apply your engineering optimization. Like what I used to do is simple dip. Let's say I'm reading Lakshmikant. Let's say I'm reading uh, some information on Central Administrative Tribunal. Okay. Now now UPSC doesn't ask what is CAT, what is CAT, what is constitutional mandate. These are like outdated questions. But what UPSC will ask is analysis on central working of Central Administrative Tribunal, which is not available in Lakshmikant. That may be available in some random article in the Hindu or Indian Express. Okay. So whenever you come across this article, just take screenshot, attach it with your soft copy of your Lakshmikant. So next time you are revising, you will able to read that soft copy. Again, highlight the content. Okay. This is how you use effectively information. Information keeping is also very important in this preparation. Okay. The information should be retrievable and relevant and usable.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next, Jashwant Kumar, please unmute and ask your question.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, sir, I am passionate about joining in UPSC, but due to personal reasons, I am planning to prepare for UPSC beside with a full-time job, sir.
Okay.
And I'm
Hmm.
confused about how to proceed with the preparation.
Okay. Okay. Actually, it's a good decision that you are going for the full-time job. There should not be any confusion. Okay. First of all, you don't keep option in your mind that you can quit your job and then prepare full-time. Okay. If you keep that option in your mind, you will never able to utilize your time. Never able to optimize your time properly. Okay. Uh, So it is like I don't know how that come on internet 10 hours study, 12 hours study every day. I didn't do it personally. Maybe 1 week before means that everybody does in with our normal examination also. So so you have to utilize your time. Like I've shared one document in LinkedIn also where I've given specific details how you can utilize. Okay, this applies to everybody that you can please keep your sources very limited. Okay, see for any particular topic, like I told you, you have to write only 2 page and 3 page at max. Okay, so let's say you are reading modern history. Okay, one book is enough spectrum. Okay. Don't go for reading like Bipin Chandra, Struggle for Independence. That is 3,000 pages. If you have time and interest, you can of course read. But one book is enough. That is something extra. Okay. For every topic, there are maximum 1 and 2 books. So keep your sources low and revise those sources maximum times. Okay. And second thing is something called reverse learning. Okay, many what people do is if I'm now I'm selected candidate, I'm telling you, okay, you should revise for 4 times. Then people don't use their mind and revise for 4 times. That should not happen. See, why you are revising that matters. Okay, if you are reading Lakshmikant, which is of 1200 pages, okay. So first reading, there will be some part which is very easy to understand. There will be some part which is very difficult, like fundamental rights, which require more conceptual understanding. But the part like how the PM is selected, how the presidential election takes place, it's a there's no concept involved, right? So next time you're revising, you should be able to know which are your weaker points, which are your stronger points, where you can skip. Okay. So every revision should add value to your preparation rather than just going blindly. Okay, somebody has told 4 revisions, 4 revisions. No. Okay. After every revision, you first see how much you have learned. Okay. The best way to see is you can form your own questions and write answers, or there are websites like Vision IAS, Drishti IAS. They give every day they will give some questions to write. You write those answer to those questions. Check it by yourself whether you are able to. And they also give model answer. You can cross check your answer with a model answer. You don't need academy for that. Somebody else validation. Okay, you can check by yourself and understand what point you are weak at, what point you are strong at. Then you go for time management, more time for that point, less time for other. Okay, so this is how you have to optimize this time. So with this, even with a job, you will easily get around 4 hours per day for preparation, which is enough for long time frame of 1.5 years. Okay. So if you are consistently doing it, it will automatically become a habit in some time, and so more of then you will do. Okay, this is the gradual process. And those who want to do the job, find a job which will give you Saturday, Sunday off. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday you can put extra efforts, and every day you can easily find around 4 to 5 hours. And even in at job workplace, we work for 9 hours a day. It seems like we are working for 9 hours, but there will be some gaps, tea break 15 minutes, lunch break 1 hour. You can optimize that time frame. You can read a newspaper within when you are at job. You can read current affairs magazine when you are at job. You can read three pages. Okay, like I used to set a target. Okay, today I need to finish 50 pages. So I'll finish around 25 pages at my workplace itself during whatever 5 minutes 10 minutes I'm getting, I'm reading one page. During traveling I'm reading 2 to 3 page that I used to read on either laptop or phone. Okay, so be flexible if you're doing preparation with the job.
Sir, and I have two more doubts, sir.
Hmm.
My second doubt is that I have not started my preparation yet, and how should I start it?
So first thing is start reading newspaper. Okay. Then second thing is start reading monthly current affairs magazine by Vision IAS. That is good enough. Only one magazine. There are multiple institute. I think Vision IAS magazine is good enough. Okay. That you don't have to finish within a one day. It is 90 to 100 pages. Every day you do one section or read 10 pages a day. Okay. Not very difficult to read. Okay. Easy to understand. Okay. Once 4 5 months you read this continuously, you will be able to understand many things automatically. And second thing is about this preparation is many things which are in public domain don't change that fast. Okay, for example, international relations. Okay, so as of now, Israel-Hamas war is going on. So this war, it had taken place 7 times before. This is 8 or 9 times. So every time you read this current affairs magazine, they will give you flashback of what happened in the history. Okay, so you don't really have to again go back and check separately. It will revise automatically every 4 months. Okay, which will be one event. Okay, so it is not that difficult. You don't really have to memorize each and everything. Okay, but you have to be curious enough. If some information is not given properly, completely in that magazine, you should be able to go to Google and search by your own curiosity. Okay, let me find more details in it. Okay.
And my last doubt
Sir,
is that
sorry, Jashwant. Due to time constraint, we'll be keeping this limited. And this will be the last question, sir, from Hrithik Kumar. Please, Hrithik, unmute your mic and ask the question.
Yeah. So, very good morning to you, sir, and thank you for giving me this golden opportunity. So, sir, my question is that how should I start my preparation for CSE? Because I will give my first attempt in a 2027. Okay,
Sorry,
and the
your
next
voice is
question is,
breaking. What is your question exactly?
sir, my question is that how should I start my preparation for CSE? Because I will give my first attempt in a 2027. Okay. And the next question is that from when I have to start my optional preparation. So this is the basically two questions which I have to ask from you. So please give the idea and your vision. What should I do?
2027 you will give. I did not understand for which part you are saying you want to start preparation.
Mm,
Sir,
He was asking when to start studying optionals.
No, that is second part. First part.
first that's that I will give my first attempt in a 2027. Okay, and for that, how should I
Okay.
start my preparation? So this is my first question.
You are in final year of college, huh? Or third
No,
year?
no, no. I'm in a first year. Okay, and
First year.
yeah, this is my first year, and I think that I will give my first attempt in a 2027.
Okay.
For a
So
CSC.
as of now, I don't think so. You should start preparation. You are in 2024, 25, 26, 27. You have good 3 years. Okay. No, I'm not discouraging you, but there's no point starting preparation. See, there is something called burnout. Okay. If you start preparation right now, leaving behind other things and revising the content so many times, there will be a point where you emotionally, mentally break down that you do not want to study that further. Okay, I don't want you to go through that phenomena. Okay, because it's better if you have a fresh knowledge just before exam, and like 1 2 years it will change a lot. So better you start preparation in 2025 June, exactly 2 years before your attempt. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
till
yeah.
now, till that point, you can you can develop a reading habit. Okay, read a newspaper not for exam, just for curiosity. It's fine even if you just keep don't read it with attention. Okay, I'm reading it for UPSC. No, you read it because you think it should be good habit to read. Okay, not for UPSC. Okay, you can read other books, anything. Develop a reading habit, and increase your reading speed. Somebody said they want to prepare with a job. So one thing is you have to increase your reading speed and analysis speed. Why I'm saying you have to read newspaper, not because you have to memorize the content, etc. When you read editorial, etc., you develop an analysis habit. Okay, comprehension. Your comprehension improves. You will be able to analyze the things very easily. It will help you to not only analyze UPSC related content but other content also. Okay,
Thank you,
that
sir.
is importance of reading newspaper. Nothing else. You have to improve your analysis and form your own opinions. Okay.
And sir, my last two question is that from examination, from how many month we have to start our optional preparation basically?
So June 2027 you're giving. So you can start around June 2026, your optional. Okay. Till the time
Yeah.
you can think about which optional to choose. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your valuable opinion, and I
Thank
think it
you.
will great help for me.
Okay.
All right. So this is all from our side, and thank you, sir,
So
for addressing all
just
our.
a 1 minute, John. So whatever I
Okay.
told you, this worked for me. This is my personal experience. You may or may not like it, but I want you to take this as a pinch of salt. Just don't blindly follow what I'm saying. Okay. Uh, just think if it is okay for you, then only you follow that. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Uh,
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for answering all our questions. And this brings us to the end of session today. I hope all your queries have been answered by now. And I give the platform to our president, Tushar, to address and give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Johan. So, on the behalf of Adhyay Society, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Pawar sir for sharing his invaluable insight today. Sir, your journey and dedication to public service has truly inspired us, and your advice on resilience and leadership has given us new perspective on our path ahead. Again, thank you so much, sir. And in future, we also contact you for another session. So, again, thank you for whole audience. And I request to all the members, please turn on your camera for a screenshot and last minute recording.
So thank you so much, and I'm surprised nobody asked what is it exactly working, because you are started preparing for jobs. Okay, so we think only about preparation. We don't think about what we are getting ourselves into. So you think about that also. I don't want to lose any other opportunity. Okay, so because every option has a high opportunity cost. Okay, so thank you so much, and all the best to you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening. Good day, sir. Have a seat.
So I request to the
Thank you, sir.
only society core team will stay here. Other members, please leave the meeting.
Thank you to all.
Thank you, everyone. Only society core members will stay here. Others will leave the meeting because we officially end the meeting. Anay, Aditya, Mantha, if you have any doubt, you can ask, else you can leave the meeting. Okay. Ityar.
कोई मीटिंग लीव नहीं कर रहा था, मैंने रिमूव किए हैं.
I think they wanted to stay and listen to the discussions.
Johan, you got your answer now. When you should start your preparation.
So we have to stop the recording now.
Yeah.
रिकॉर्डिंग तो पहले स्टॉप करनी थी अनुराग.
Oh.